What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Full Send Farmer here. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We made a video earlier today breaking down each commander, and now we're going to rate them. So before we dive into this, we got quite a few commanders to go through. We obviously got more on the way later on as new generations come, and we'll be upgrading and updating this tier list. But anyways, those are your commanders right now. Here we go. First step, as we go through here, we're going to have the niche role, your C, B, A, and S tier. Okay, so your niche role is going to be what you don't want to use in a rally and or garrison. They're going to be stuff or commanders that are mainly for specific uses. And I almost had 5 in there, but I'm going to start off with Olive. Obviously, all of these rare commanders are very niche. They're out there trying to give you mill output or stone output or wood output, iron output, whatever it is. They're all going to give you 25% in production and then also 25% in the wild mining resources on the field, okay? Now, these guys I would not use in a rally or garrison. Moving forward, we're going to go with Diana. And I wanted to put in the niche role, but she does do a little bit more. She's going to give you that bonus march speed, right? So that's going to be huge sometimes if you need to get somewhere quick. But for the most part, she's not going to be doing anything crazy. It's just that march speed and then obviously the saving on the action points. So I'm going to throw her at a C. And you'll see as we move up in this rating, some surprising things. Not all Mythic Commanders are the best, obviously. But Gordon over here is going to be a Cav Commander, and he's going to grant you just straight stats. So when you're joining a rally with Gordon, it's straight stats. 25% to health, 25% attack. Okay, so you're getting those 50% of stats. If you're free to play, it's a good option. It's not great. I think there's better options, as we'll see. So next up, we got Saul. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer on this B tier, and I'm only putting in here in terms of pure skills. If you factor in his mythic-specific rabbit cannon or whatever it's called, he's going to bump up to an S tier because he's just straight up better than Quinn. But based off of skills alone, he's not great. 15% reduction in cost and speed of construction, and then he's going to give you that archer defense and health boost of 10% and 15%, and then 25% in lethality. So if you're free to play, I would not invest into Saul. Now, this one's kind of a hot take, somewhat. Chenko is going to give you 25% lethality. So she's putting bodies 6 feet under. She's there to kill people, okay? That's what that lethality is for. I could put her on the A tier. I wasn't really sure. But I think what she does great and why I was hesitant is because if you look at her, she does 20% damage reduction buff, right? That's huge. Guess who else does that, right? You look at our boy Howard, 20% damage reduction buff. And then on top of that, he's going to reduce the enemy attack by 20%, right? All this stuff we talked about in a past video. So I love the damage increase and damage decrease overall. Quinn, another one, reduces the damage up to 20% and grants all soldiers a 50% chance of dealing 50% more damage when attacking. I love that. I love the fact that I get to do 50% more damage when attacking overall. Now, obviously, in your S tier, you're going to have your Mythic Commanders. You're pay to win, right? You're going to have Helga, you're going to have Amadeus, and you're going to have J-Bell, right? Now, these two you get from the VIP shot. They're elite. Amadeus, he's there to put troops in the ground. He's got that first skill, 25% to lethality. Second skill, 25% to attack. Third skill, 40% chance of increasing damage dealt by 50% for all squads. That's huge, right? Helga gives you a little bit different of a view. Helga's going to give you 40% chance of reducing damage by 50%. And she's there to increase your attack by 25%. put troops in the ground with lethality by 25% at the max tier. So both these people I love. It depends on your mix and who you want to roll with. But obviously we got to round it out with a Cav Commander. J Bell, she's going to do a 40% chance of reducing damage taken by 50% for all squads. Her second skill, 50% chance of 50% more damage. That's huge. I love damage. Third skill, putting troops in the ground. 25% on lethality. So where does that leave us, right? Obviously, if we're going to build a best March here, I'm just going to add a column, and it's going to be best March. Who do you want to rally with? What are the 3 commanders if you're pay to win, first of all, right? So, if you're pay to win, you're going to be leading the rallies. If you're free to play, you're going to be joining. And it doesn't mean that you can't lead rallies, but you're going to have some stuff figured out. So, best March. If you want to pump out extreme amounts of damage, I'm running this March right here. Amadeus, as I said before, 25% to lethality, 25% to attack, 40% chance of increasing damage dealt by 50% for all squads. This is not going to have that tankiness, though. Remember that, right? J-Bell, she's got that 50%, but you're not getting that tankiness from Helga. Helga's going to be that flip of it. They're both do the same thing. One's a little more tankier, one pumps out more damage. I like J-Bell rounding it out with that damage reduction and also giving us more damage, right? Key player does both. I like Quinn here as well. Quinn reduces that damage, so he's going to stay in there. This March right here is going to be super tanky. You're going to get low deads as opposed to an Amadeus, which is not going to have that tankiness to it, right? You're going to pump out more deads to your enemy, but you're also going to take more deads, right? It's that trade-off. So then it comes down to gear. Obviously, Helga, if you don't want to take more deads, you don't want to train more troops, you're not going to be pumping out as many deads, but you'll have more troops. So I like this March. I think I'm going to run this and do some more testing on it and see where that lands us. I'd love to see the difference. Obviously, my Amadeus is not maxed. My Helga is maxed. So I'll do some testing. I'd like it to be fair, but obviously it's impossible. And as we just line this up here, if you have any comments or suggestions, please reach out. I'd love to hear it. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everybody, and full send out.